Welcome to Ready Set RC, and today guys we are taking the next step to the Arrma XL and making this a drag buggy. You guys can see now that I got the Pro lines mounted up on here. I still need to glue them up, but I just mounted them up so that you guys can see what we're doing. These are the big daddies, guys. These are the bigger drag tires that Proline has, and we mounted those up on here. As I said, I got to glue them together. But we got a couple other parts that we're going to do to this, and we're going to put some more modifications on this buggy. So with more power, the hexes on here are plastic. We're going to go over to the STRC machined aluminum rear hex adapters for this car. We're going to put that on here too as well. Since we're going brushless on this car, we're going with the brushless setup that is recommended by Arrma for the Raider XL. And this is the 54 tooth spur gear. What I also have here is the wheelie bar. So I'm going with the Arrma wheelie bar. This is typically for the Granite, the Granite two-wheel drive and the other two-wheel drives that came out prior to this. So I'm gonna see if that works on this. It should. We may have to do some modifications. I'll let you guys know if we do. And then lastly, this is the power system that I'm gonna put in here. Now this is the power system that I used to have in my Senton Mega. And this is a brushless setup. So what you have, GoolRC ESC, and this motor is actually from the brushless version of the 3S lineup. So this is a 3800 kV motor. As I said, I ran this in my Senton when I converted my Senton Mega over to brushless, and I love this setup. So I'm gonna run this in here as well. Now, I may do some additional modifications after I do the first run on that, and that means just getting it to lower down a little bit more, getting a little bit more of that, that lower setup on it. But I want to see what it runs first before I start tuning the suspension on here. So first up is the power system, changing over to a brushless gearing. And then since we're putting more power down, changing out the hexes to metal and getting that wheelie bar in so that we keep that nose down instead of getting it up and over all the time. So that's another part of the setup with this. Let's get these parts in, guys, and let's get you guys back. All part numbers used on this RC, guys, will be listed down below in the description. Check it out. That's where you'll get everything that I've used on this car, minus the ESC and the motor, because this was taken out of an RC that I already had. But every other part number that was used, that was purchased for this RC, will be listed down below. Okay guys, we got the drag buggy all done. Everything is finally in, and just want to go over what has been done at this point. Showed you guys the parts that went in, but I want to show you guys the parts that were either taken off or removed to get it to this state. In the wheelie bar pack, you get another chassis. You get a chassis plate for the rear, and you also get a motor, I guess not even a motor mount, but more of like a motor protector for the rear too. I didn't use these. What I used was currently on the buggy and just kind of modded some up with some screws that I had laying around, because you need a little bit longer screws to work in the rear. But outside of that, it went together fairly well, guys. Also, with the gearing that you're going to put on, this was the Spur gear that came off the buggy. This is a 48 pitched gearing. What is currently on it now is 32 pitch. So because of the extra power, you're going to want something a little bit wider spread in regards to the teeth on here. You're going to want something a little bit more depth in regards to the gearing, and that is why it is now 32 pitch. This is recommended by Arrma, not by me, not by anything that I'm stating. This is what's recommended by Arrma when you put a brushless power system, is to go to 32 pitch. What I also removed was the spacers that you have on the rear shocks. As I stated, I'm probably going to do some more tuning, but I want to run it like this first, and then after see how this thing does some pulls, and then maybe I'll do some shock tuning on that. I removed the spacing on here just to drop it a little bit more, and as I said, I'm gonna do maybe a little bit more to get it to drop even further. But for right now, I want to ride it stock, see what happens, and see how it performs. As for the Proline tires and wheels, went together well. But that's it, guys. Gonna leave it here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, guys. That's what gets the channel going. Check us out on Instagram for our latest posts to the channel. This is Ready Set RC signing out. Thanks again, guys.